the marks.
Okay.
Just 2 minutes, ma'am. We'll begin in 2 minutes. मुलं तुम्हाला बोलत आहेत बाहेर. Should I wanted some confirmation from the audience if I'm audible to you all.
Yes.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
from audience? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Prashant Chaudhary. Today I'll be hosting this particular track, and I'm heading BSc IT here. Just to give brief introduction of our mentor and guest today, Raji ma'am. Ma'am is having over 30 years with software industry, uh, business information system, out of which 12 years as a senior level software engineer for data management technology at Unisys Corporation, CA USA. And then she also had been associated with TCS India as a system analyst for 4 years before she took up higher studies in computer science in USA. And her qualifications are master's degree in computer science, MSc Tech, Applied Electronics from Osmania University, Hyderabad. She is holding certification. She is holding certification, uh, Sun Certified Enterprise Architect for J2EE Technologies for Sun Microsystem. Along with that, she is authors of many books. And to highlight one book, she's authored Navigating the Paradigm Shift and Transitioning Challenges for Customer Success, Learning from SaaS Business Model. So this was brief intro of, but I can go and on speaking about Madam's accolades. But ma'am, looking at the shortness of time, we'll have to maybe give you a very brief introduction. Okay. And moreover, once the session concludes, we'll love to hear from you. How was your feedback and where we can improve? So ma'am, can we go ahead with the presentations?
Oh, thank you very much. Sure. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So now, before we begin, there are some rules to be followed. Those rules are 10 minutes for the paper presentation and 5 minutes for question answer. Now, before that, after every 9 minutes, what we'll do is we'll set an alarm. So once the alarm set, you have to conclude your presentation and stop speaking. After that, maybe if somebody has the question, they can ask. Otherwise, our guest and judge ma'am, Raji ma'am, will be asking some pertaining questions to the topic. So, and as I had spoken earlier, that best paper will be selected based on originality of the research, topic relevance to the conference, research goal, analysis, order of presenting the idea, and obviously the clarity of research problem. So ma'am, I guess this is good time to maybe go ahead, and I would call upon the first speaker or the first presenter, Shlok Mangle, Rujuta Joshi, and Prachi Satam. Are you all there? Am I audible to you? Any of the presenters? All right. So what you can do is you can quickly share your screen. OK, and please remember the timeline given because we have a limited time. So maybe you can share your screen and start speaking. Over to you.
Thank you. I'll share my screen.
Share your screen.
Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is, but make it into presentation mode. Yeah, now good to go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good afternoon to one and all present here. Our presentation, our research title is Transforming Telematics Assessment of Federated Learning Approach. And our three authors are Shlok Mangle, myself, Vijita Joshi, and Professor Prachi Satin.
A little louder, please.
Coming on presentation. Yeah. Uh, coming on to the presentation topic. So currently, the risk assessment in fleet telematics isn't very accurate and adaptable. Fleet telematics companies need to manage risks, face challenges, and providing precise evaluations. So for providing enhanced road safety, optimizing insurance pricing, and elevating risk quality is a significant need of the fleet telematics sector. The current statistics taken from our research highlighted the urgent need, as on an average 4.5 accidents per driver were reported by the fleets. And the need is that the urgent India's fleet telematics management systems are nearly set to double to 6.8 million units in 2025. So our research introduces a privacy preserving federated learning approach, which is designed to calculate the risk score with respect to three aspects: driver, the route, and the vehicle safeties. So, for providing the optimized risk predictions and personalized insurance offering for the fleet telematics companies. The main problem statement was, as explained above, was the real-time lag of the fleet telematics traditional assessment technologies lack the precise need. Sorry. Just a second. Currently, the risk assessment technologies lack the accuracy and adaptability. So, our problem statement, the proposal is to integrate the federated machine learning approach, specifically the federated adaptive gradient uh, uh, learning machine learning approach for accurate privacy preserving risk assessment. And the objective is to transform this using the federal adaptive technique for safer roads and personalized insurance offering. The literature review, as we looked past the studies, uh, showed us what exactly was lacking in the current risk assessment practices, and we found the areas in which improvements can be made using this privacy preserving federated learning approach. So, in a total, we read through 11, 12 research papers, and it highlighted the need of the privacy preserving approach, which we have given as a USP point in this particular research paper. The methodology, the approach combines the Fed adaptive technique to improve the risk assessment. We want to use more data effectively while keeping it private and accurate. So in this way, we can make better predictions about fleet risk matters. Yeah.
Continuing from here, uh, what happens in a federated learning is
Your presentation is not visible here.
Yeah, please, I guess this is unshared now. The presentation is unshared.
Okay.
Not able to hear you. Hello. Yeah, even presentation is not visible. Please share it again.
Yeah.
Hello.
Is it
No, it's not visible. I guess you are traveling, is it? So that because you need to be into stable connectivity zone. Yeah, it is visible now. It is visible now. Make it full screen. Yeah, speak. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, when we look at privacy,
Hello. You're not audible. Hello. As I told you, need to stop and then maybe speak. Since you're moving, we are not able to hear you.
yeah, yeah. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah, we are stopping. So,
Yes,
audible now.
now go ahead quickly. 4 minutes are
Okay.
left.
So,
Yeah, 4 minutes are left. Huh?
okay. Okay. So, when we talk about federated learning, what it does that the special thing about federated learning and about privacy is in federated learning, when we train a model, so it doesn't send the data entirely to the global server. Instead, it brings down the model towards the local clients, and it trains on the local data. So that is the special thing, and which is shown in the methodology here. So as we can see, we had set up various clients for different things. So when we are talking about a DSP, there is a driver, there is a vehicle, and there is a route. So for each thing, we have set out three different clients. So when based on that, we have trained a local DNN model on it, and on top of that, a federated learning approach is being used. So what it does that it also ensures the privacy, and it also makes sure that we are focusing more on what we want to achieve. So that is being displayed here. So as we can see, it is when we initialize a few nodes, what for each client. So that will go on to the training. The model will be then aggregated, and in this case, as mentioned, we are using the Fed aggregate strategy. And after that, the model will be updated, and it is a continuous process. So as we talk about the number of epochs when we are training about a machine learning model, the same thing happens in federated learning where we talk about the number of rounds. So the one aggregation, it will send the newer model again back, and then it will continue with the same process until we achieve a saturation point. So based on that, we are then finally calculating the risk score. So based on the various parameters of the drivers, the vehicles and the routes, the model is being trained and the score is being displayed. So that is the methodology part. And the second part is
So the process flow included the data collection and preparation. In this case, we have considered three major aspects: the route data, the driver data, and the vehicle data, and the secure upload mechanism, that is the fed aggregate strategy for the integration. The route data and vehicle parameters individually had each safety score calculated by aggregation of the safety score of the particular routes by the total number of routes, the safety with respect to the driver and the vehicle. And in the end, all of three were aggregated using the fed aggregate strategy. The federated learning framework treated each and every participating client as the participating device in the model. In the framework, and the Fed aggregate strategy included calculation, the combined aggregation of the risk calculated risk scores for enhanced privacy preserving of the used data.
so now talking about the results. So as we can see, we have considered four different graphs. So in this case, since we are talking about predicting values of
You need to hold the mic near you. You're not audible.
yeah. Hello.
Mr. Shlok,
Now?
Shlok, you're
Yeah.
able to hear
Hello.
me? Yeah,
Yeah.
hold the
Yeah.
mic near
Hello.
your. Yeah.
Okay. So am I audible now?
Last 1 minute, please. Yeah, conclude. Last 1 minute.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So we are using this two graphs. So since it is we are predicting the values, we have considered the mean square error as a parameter for the comparison. So as we can see in the driver, we have compared the orange part is the graph of the federated ADAGRA strategy, and the blue line is the normal DNA model. So we can see over the period of time, as the number of rounds are increasing, the federated ADAGRA strategy and the normal DNA are almost giving us the same mean square error, the global mean square error. So in this case, not only the neural networks is being maintained, the accuracy is being maintained, but also the privacy is being preserved. So that is the novel approach that we are talking about and that we are focused on researching. So this is the overall conclusion. So basically, when we talk about this, we are not only concerned about what particular use case or for a single particular use case that we can work upon that for the roads or the safer roads that we are talking about. But also this can also be directly implemented or given to the governments, since it is preserving the privacy. We can directly integrate this system along with the government facilities, the traffic signals, and whatever government tools of that we have, so we can integrate, and that will bring out change in when we are talking about a safer city, safer the country. Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Yeah, ma'am, your opinion on this or your valuable inputs on this?
Uh, any audience have any questions?
Yeah, any audience, if you want to have
First,
yeah,
first.
ask any questions, you can go ahead. After that, ma'am will be giving her feedback on this.
What do you think? Which stakeholders can become an obstacle in this federated learning model? It's a multi-stakeholder environment. Who may be the ones who can create obstacles, in your opinion, for this to be implemented on a large scale?
Okay. So the main obstacle without federated learning was actually the government. So since we are basically targeting this towards the government or the
Excuse
state.
me?
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So the main obstacle without federated learning was the government. So we wanted the so all the government data is very sensitive, and we wanted to preserve the privacy, because when we are talking about government, the government can't directly give out their data towards the publics. So that was the main obstacle, and we brought in like we thought of using federated learning in this particular use case to avoid that obstacle. So so in this case, what will happen? Like whatever the data that the government has, for example, that a simple traffic signal data. So that data would be there with the government only. Just the model would again be sent towards the government. So in this case, all the stakeholders, they are also being valued, and their data is also not moving anywhere. So that is the use case that we are targeting. So as of
How is new
talking about the
data
obstacles, yeah.
accommodated as in the learning system? How are the updates validated and new data as it comes in? How does the model accommodate?
Okay. So in this case, we can use various strategies. So it can either be a batch processing, wherein overnight whatever the entire day's data is going there, or in some cases, wherein, for example, we are talking about the vehicle part or the traffic signal violations. When that thing, if it is in a particular location, if it is really urgent, so in that case, real-time processing can also be used, wherein whatever their data is coming, it will directly be added up and it will be trained again. So that is the thing. That are the two approaches or the thing that we can think.
So, do you see that as a challenge, or that's you have tested in those environments?
Yeah. So the batch processing won't give us any challenge, but the real-time processing, it might give us challenge, because the data, when we are talking about at a very global stage, the data is coming at a huge rate. So basically, the data becomes the big data there. So that becomes an issue. But the same thing, like federated is a distributed computing model. So if we split the big data into a fewer local nodes, so the obstacle there, that also is being taken care of. So real-time processing is still a challenge, but it is reduced due to the federated approach.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more questions from?
No, ma'am, we can, I guess, go ahead with the next presentation.
Okay.
So presentation number 2 is by Prananjay Haldar. Rajdeep Roy. You can stop sharing presentation one number one. You can stop sharing and maybe give chance to second presenter, Pranjay Haldar and Rajdeep Roy. Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
do. Yeah, please,
My
please
screen is
acknowledge.
visible, sir.
Otherwise, I'll go to the next presentation.
Sorry,
And
sir.
please
Sorry, sir.
keep in
Screen
mind
is
that 9 minutes. After that, lamp will go, and please wind up into your given time.
yes, sir.
Please go
Sorry, sir.
ahead. Yes.
So screen is visible.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Now I'm starting. So good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, all the respected. So myself, Paranjay Hallar. Today I am giving a briefing perception on blockchain-based solution for peer-to-peer non-fungible trading, and my topic is peer-to-peer non-fungible token marketplace, a blockchain-enabled solution for P2P NFT trading. Now I go to the my slide. Introduction. Now, all days, we know the present days merchandising of digital assets like e-government, digital, etc., carried out by the centralized exchange like banks, other operators. But due to some obstacles like low settlement, time, high transaction fees, the transparency of the system is at risk. And we keep this in my mind. We have some implement blockchain technology for decentralized transaction of digital assets, and we think that the blockchain technology is decentralized computational and information sharing platform. So that is why it's enable multiple authoritative domains, and who do not trust each other but corporate coordinated and collaborated rational decision making process. So this is why we choose the blockchain. So in slide number 2, and we have non-focusing on the point of consensus to the present system, like transaction fees, low settlement time, centralized database, low transparency in the system. To overcome the limitation, utilizing blockchain will be a solution alternative approach. In third slides, now we move the literature review. The literature in the literature review, ERC7 and non-fungible total standards used for generating public private key pair, and BSC3 is tested blockchain and peer-to-peer distributed system, and library used to deal with the smart contract. And here with the process flow. Here in this process, this is the system, the framework who involved in the different entities. The entities are like artists who creates the NFT, buyer who buy the NFT, and the admin who creates and deploy the NFT smart contract, and marketplace smart contract where seller and buyer can trade the NFT. In this proposed framework, you can see would involve the following steps. I'm describing. Step one, admin will create a deploy a smart contract for NFT creation and NFT marketplace. In this steps two, you can see that artist can create a digital content in the form of NFT. In this proposed framework, support creation of an NFT using like a ERC721 standard. The NFT is sorted in the IPFS and CID stored in the smart contract by utilizing the IPFS in ensure decentralization of NFT metadata. In step 3, you can see over you can see uh, artist will approve the marketplace to transfer the NFT on artist behalf. And once the NFT is created by the artist will approve by the marketplace to transfer the NFT on artist behalf. In step 4, artist after successful approval by the marketplace, artist will list NFT for the all set. Listing of NFT is done off chain to save the gas fees and artist. And the artist need to sign all data. Data will be created by encrypting by the NFT smart contract addressing NFT broken ID. Setting price is NFT and the time of listening in the NFT in the marketplace in approach format using the private key. In step 5, the buyer needs to provide the data from signature verifications. If signature verification is successful on the praying, The selling price put marketplace platform fees, but the can transfer of the ownership of the NFT. If any of the coordination fail, the ownership of the NFT will be utilizing the smart contract for achieving the marketplace features. This is the methodology, and then result and the decision. The smart contract have been deployed on the BSC Traces blockchain. Two smart contracts have been deployed to achieve the described outcomes of the framework. One smart contract ERC721 NFT smart contract, and the other marketplace. Tools used for the experiment is operating system, Visual Studio Code, Node 2, and Solidity, and OW3JS. Conclusion: the NFT marketplace has emerged the revolutionary platform for the trading of NFTs. The proposed marketplace framework is fully decentralized. The proposed framework by NFT is done by the native cryptocurrency. Future enhancement: the integration of ERC to token at the currency can be done to buy at the NFT. In the proposed framework, seller do not need to pay any gas fees, wherever the buyer need not to pay the gas fees or order to transfer the ownership of the NFT. In this futures gasless transaction can implement in the marketplace. And there is some references the proposed framework. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody has any questions on the topic?
Since
You can
from
raise
audience.
from audience. If anybody wants to raise any questions or doubts or have some dialogue, you can maybe raise the hand and ask question. Ma'am, your opinion on this?
So, thank you very much for presenting. The slides were very clear. I just have one question. How do you think this marketplace, once you said marketplace, how will it scale? How do you visualize it evolving from this current state? Have you have you seen successfully embarking customers into this marketplace? Is it scaling well?
Uh,
What per
so
scale?
hello, ma'am. I am the co-author. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the thing is that currently cryptocurrency is new to general public, but for most of the people who are tech savvy, they are utilizing this platform. Means we can. There are certain platforms in the means IT world which has been using this technology. Let's say, for example, we have OpenSea, which is a NFT platform, and it is working very fine. Means nowadays many NFTs have been traded, and the volume is very high in that platforms. So yeah, it is scalable actually.
It is scalable. And then the energy consumption is another thing we hear about NFT marketplaces. That's like an obstacle for sustainability, right? What
Ma'am,
is your take on that?
ma'am, actually the energy part has been solved mostly nowadays. That energy part has been taken by the blockchain, which
Mm.
was like Ethereum. Means they are actually taking your proof of work, but Ethereum has now changed its consensus protocol to proof of stake. Now they don't need that much energy, which is taken earlier. So that part has been solved mostly. Means now in the previous version, what they used to do, they used to compute a math problem. So that takes a lot of energy. But
Right.
nowadays that solution has been changed actually.
Oh, oh, that's nice to know. The just one more question for me to understand this. Usually, when there is a marketplace, we expect in a digital marketplace something new will emerge. So people are talking about NFTs also being used as in other than this trading platform. What do you see can emerge out of this marketplace in the future?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, ma'am. We have actually done another research. That is your land registration and FIR thing.
Mhm.
In that concept, we have utilized that NFT concept, we are not actually trading the things. We have taken the concept of NFT, and as our land records are currently in digital form or in your physical form, we have converted the land records as NFTs. And for similarly for your FIR registration also, the files have been converted into NFTs and kept on the blockchains. All the evidences that has been collected by police.
So are interactions allowed on this marketplace generally? Interactions.
Ma'am, actually, we have not implemented that part, but in future we can think of like that. Means we can make a decentralized chatbot like that, and where users can actually interact with each other.
Okay.
Means for our purpose, we just want to keep user anonymous. But in case of like your land records, where the two parties needs to be discuss the things, we can think of that approach. Means where a decentralized chatbot can be created.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's
Thank you,
move
ma'am.
on. And the next presentation is of IoT traffic classification at multinational conglomerates using deep learning by Suprajata Yadav.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Okay, sir. Give me a second.
Yes, just one instruction to all. When you are presenting, kindly keep your cameras on so that the guest can see you.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep the camera off, or is this okay for the load? That's what I'm wondering.
For you, it is okay, ma'am, since you are our guest and you're judging the event.
Okay.
It is just for the presenters, I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Supraja Yadav from St. Joseph's University. And our paper title is IoT traffic classification at multinational conglomerates using deep learning. So multinational conglomerates are like combinations of companies, a company which has lots of sub companies. So yeah, those companies, they usually need some privacy of their data. So that was our goal. And yeah, so the introduction is that IoT devices are like the connected devices, where it usually it makes the devices connected with each other. So and also there are many companies which are using IoTs from a long back, and IoTs are a hot topic always. So IoT devices are you actually tend to get the patients or attacks on it. So and it is the need for the IoT device traffic security is more. So that was our main goal, and our problem statement is to tackle these challenges of IoT device network security by using um, a machine learning algorithm called DBScan, and also deep learning techniques like autoencoder. So I'll be explaining about it. And so in the literature review, actually we uh, we researched and got few papers, like 20 papers, which gave us lots of insights on how to take our paper to the future process. And we could find out the best possible approach for our problem statement based on our data set. And so in the methodology, I'll just briefly explain about the methodology here. So we just collected the data and we had to do lots of pre-processing. Then we applied machine learning technique called DB scan for the clustering. And after clustering, we got the labels. So we like -1 and +1, and we labeled -1 as malicious data. And then after labeling, so that was machine learning part. So our main goal was to compare machine learning with deep learning. So we use deep learning algorithm called autoencoder, and which and we also use Gover's distance for the classification. And later we had like two data sets, like which we labeled using machine learning technique and deep learning technique. So we used those two. So machine learning data, we took it as trained data, and deep learning data, we took it as test data. And then we applied machine learning algorithms like random forest, SVM, and we ran the model, and we got a pretty good accuracy that shows that, oh, that I'll tell later. So yeah, that one. So here's the like detailed info about our methodology. Sorry. So in our data collection, there's this website called Zenodome. It's a repository where we had to contact the author there, Maiden, and he sent us the data set, and we did the pre-processing. Like we removed it was a very huge data, like 10 lakh records were there. So we removed a few columns which were not significant for our problem statement especially. Then we also did correlation metrics and found out the features like first switched and last switched, where actually, as you can see in the diagram, first switched and last switched had more like more correlation, so we had to remove one of it. Like that, we did the feature selection, and also we used VIF, which is variance inflation factor, which is used to find out the multicollinearity between the independent variables. And we remove based on the VIF score. If the VIF score is high, then we remove that column. Then we did the weighted average, which is actually since we removed those columns, a few records were duplicated, like it was similar. So we had to, like, we couldn't remove it because it shows how many times that traffic has come from there. Usually for the malicious, sometimes they try to attack lots of times, so the traffic will be more. So we wanted to keep that as a separate column, and we created a record frequency where for the like how many times the row has repeated, that will be the value of record frequency. So that one we took, and then we did the weighted average of that to all other columns. And here is the Gover's distance, which is okay. Yeah, so in the machine learning, we applied dbScan as I told earlier, and we got the labels -1 +1. Based on that, -1 will be anomalous behavior and anomalous points, so we labeled it as malicious, and others were benign. So in the deep learning, we applied autoencoder, where it encodes the data and then decodes the data. So based on it, the reconstruction error, we see that, and then we actually subtract the encoded and decoded data. I mean, find out the distance using Gover's distance here. Then we plotted it. Then we could find a threshold based on the IQR. Then this is the threshold. So whatever lies below is benign, and the above this line is malicious, which is anomalous behavior. So after that, as I told, we took a machine learning data as trained data and deep learning as test data. And the accuracy, we applied RF and support vector machine as well. So in the support vector machine, we got good accuracy, which is 88.53, and random forest, we got 86.39. So this proves that, like, the in dbScan and in the like autoencoder, the labels which we got are similar, and anomalous behavior is correctly captured, is must be precisely captured. So our conclusion is, like, autoencoder and dbScan almost yield the similar results. So instead of doing all the pre-processing and everything for the dbScan, which is a machine learning algorithm, so in autoencoder it is able to identify the complex pattern with less pre-processing. Like we had to do very less pre-processing for it. So that's how we wanted to prove that using autoencoder gives the, like, both are similar. But because our original data didn't have the labels like malicious and benign, so we can't actually validate this identified malicious traffic. That's our conclusion. And future enhancement we want to give is like data generalization, where we would try to take different types of data, including like diverse data set and different columns, and try to generalize this like we'll try to take the different data set and then run these algorithms and then see if it works for the other data set as well. And also ensemble learning, which combines the different classification methods. So why not just dbscan and autoencoder? We'll try different method algorithms and then we'll combine it using ensemble learning. Then we'll try to see see how the results will be. So that's our future enhancement. And these are the references. And this is the first reference is where we got our data set. And yeah, are there any questions?
So it's open for any question answer thing. If you want to raise any questions, you can. Anybody from audience? Ma'am, we can go ahead. Ma'am, your say on this.
Questions to each other. That's the best way, actually.
Yeah, that's why the interaction should be like that.
I am sitting and learning here, but others are supposed to learn. Okay. I think the way I see this, fine, you labeled -1 for malware. That's one.
Yeah, malicious.
Yeah,
Yes.
malicious anomalies, all that you categorized as -1. Just you gave that as a general label.
Actually, the label was given by dbscan itself. So after running the model, it will cluster the data. So it will label like 1, 2, 3, and -1 like that. So the -1 is usually outliers or anomalous behavior, which is not like similar.
But have you noticed different types of malware you like while you were experimenting? Means because how will the model recognize and grow from malware to malware? That's what I mean. Yes, you are familiar, but there is another new one coming, or maybe there is a combination happening. So how will you recognize that uh, different types of malware in your experiments?
So our main goal was, since it was unlabeled data, we wanted to find out malicious first. But then actually it can be a future work where we can find out different types of malicious data like DDoS, Heartbleed. There are different types. So it would be actually a good idea if we could detect the malicious data with like the type of attack, so that the person or the conglomerates would know, okay, this is the type of attack and we have to do such we have to take such preventive measures.
Exactly.
Actually, that's a nice idea. Yeah.
So you see that as the future work for you.
Future. Yes,
So
that would be a potential
your
future.
work is to you have experience in the given data set how a malware can manifest.
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah,
So
that's the whole point. It will only improve as you detect more and more and learn
Yes.
from each, keep preventing. That's the main thing. And further research, that's how you are seeing. Anywhere you have experimented this with some pilot project in any place with this model, or it's just in your research project?
We haven't experimented it actually, but the data set which we collected was that person, he actually took the IoT devices in his lab and actually collected the data for 21 days. So that was like a real time data. So it was like we could actually experiment it with that itself. So it would be better if we actually experiment with other data. That's why I mentioned in the future enhancement, I would like to experiment this model with other types of data and see how it works. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
All right, then let's move to the next presentation. It is on image impending detection approaches by Dhara Desai and Rashna Patel. If you both are able to hear me, please share your screen. Yes, and make it into presentation mode. And also please switch on the camera so that our judge can see you. Yes.
Okay, sir.
I
Am I
guess
visible?
no. Yes, yes. Now, yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, I will be sharing it in presentation mode.
Yes. And also give your introduction. You are belonging from which
Sure,
college?
sure.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. A very good afternoon, sir and ma'am, and every fellow researchers. Myself, Dhara Desai. I am from Mukha Tarsaria University. I'm a research scholar. My presentation is on image in painting detection approaches. It is a review. So first of all, what are the steps to collect that evidence? So there are 6 steps total: evidence identification, then acquisition and preservation, evidence examination. This is the main part where in painting detection or any forgery detection would come under this evidence examination. After that, there is evidence presentation, documentation, that is all the above steps would be documented. And then lastly, we would, evidence analysis, documentation, and then evidence presentation. All the document, yes, ma'am?
Keep moving the slides so that we can see what you're talking.
Okay, okay. Uh, at last evidence presentation. So all that is collected would be presented at last in the court of law. When you are able to present the evidence in digital format, then you will have to an expert accompanying you. So this is the basic type of image forgery. It is again categorized into 2 parts: active approach and passive approach. In active approach, the forgery, we already know the source of the what would be the watermark or what would be the signature. And in passive approach, after processing of the image, the person, we don't know there is any tampering in the image or not. So these are the types of image passive image approaches, that is forgery approaches. First is source identification, and then image tampering. In image tampering, there is image splicing, copy move, image inpainting, image resampling, and image retouching. Image splicing means cutting and pasting some part of in your image. It can be object or anything. In copy move, there will be a particular object or part in your image that you will copy and paste in the same image or other image. In image resampling, you would be resampling the image that is based on geometric location like rotate. In image retouching, in order to beautify the image, for example, increase the brightness or decrease some shadow, you would be using image retouching. And lastly, image in painting. Actually, in painting is used generally for if there is a break in the image, or if you want to, there is a hole in the image. In that case, you want to hide it as such that the user or the person viewing that image does not know that it had been in painted. But as we know,
I
now
guess
it
your
is being
PPT is not changing. Sorry to
That's what
interrupt.
I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, okay. PPT is not changing.
So I just got to
Should
know
I
that
share
your
it
PPT is
again?
not changing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. I will
Yeah.
share again.
No, it's okay. Wherever you were speaking, from that point you show the PPT.
Let's move it. Yeah.
Yeah, and put it into presentation mode.
Actually, it was, sir, in presentation mode and I was moving, but I don't know somehow.
No, what happens, because of low internet connectivity, sometimes it happens, the
Okay.
slides don't change. So maybe you can
Okay.
start speaking from the point you left.
Okay, okay, sir. Should I again shift it to presentation mode?
Yes, yes, yes.
Slideshow?
Yes,
Okay,
slideshow.
okay.
But from the point from where you left out, okay, from that point you please
Okay,
do it.
image in
Because
painting.
we are
Is it
running short of
visible now?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. So image in painting, now it has been used for malicious purpose. As you can see here,
Still
the
slide is not
elephant has,
visible.
can I skip the presentation mode if it is visible now?
Sorry. Yeah, you can see what
Is
you
it
do is,
visible?
I'll tell you the solution. You stop the
Okay,
presentation and again again try to share. Stop sharing the
okay,
screen, again try to share. It will happen, don't worry.
okay,
It happens. All this
okay.
is a part of presentation. So nothing to worry about.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead, please. Stop share and then again share.
Okay. I'm not able to shut it down.
Could I ask the next presentation, because you can present it later on maybe. Okay. Uh, by the time you fix the problem, okay, we'll call next presenter Janvi Desai, Dr. Rachna Patel, forecasting the future. Are you able to listen to me? Janvi Desai,
Yes, sir.
please present your screen.
ये पहले कर्सर ने પછી Is it visible, sir?
As of yes, it is. Your screen is visible now. Make it into presentation mode. Open the PPT.
Okay. Okay. So myself Janvi Desai and I am a research scholar at Ukatarsaria University, Bardoli, Gujarat.
No, the PPT is
Today
not
I'm
visible. Sorry. Just check your screen. Open the PPT completely.
It is open only, sir.
No, it's not. And once again, repeatedly, I have to inform that presenters, please turn on the camera while speaking. Once you are speaking, for that time only, you need to keep your cameras on.
Sir, it's visible now.
Just 1 second. I guess we are lagging in time, so maybe time lag is there. Yes, it is. Now, yes, it is visible. Make it into presentation mode.
Okay, now it is visible. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead with this. It's okay. Go ahead now. Go ahead,
Okay,
please.
good afternoon. Myself, Janvi Desai, and I am a research scholar at Tarsadia University, Bardoli, Gujarat. Today, I'm going to present my paper titled Forecasting the Future, a novel comprehensive review of diabetes prediction using machine learning algorithms with my co-authors, Dr. Rachna Patel and Ms. Mithila Sompura. Moving towards introduction, diabetes mellitus, a chronic metabolic disorder characterized by elevated blood glucose levels, poses a significant and growing global health challenge. Diabetes is a chronic medical condition that affects millions of people worldwide. According to the International Diabetes Federation, approximately 537 million people worldwide were living with diabetes in 2021, and this number is projected to rise to 643 million by 2030. So, early diagnosis and prediction of diabetes can significantly improve patient outcomes. In recent years, machine learning has
Your slide
emerged
is
as
not
a power.
changing. Sorry, your slide is not changing. Just make sure that it changes.
It is on introduction part, sir. Is it
Okay,
visible?
okay. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
First page is visible. First page. Yeah, now it
Okay.
is visible. Yes.
In
Yes, it is
recent
visible.
years, machine learning has emerged as a powerful tool in healthcare for various tasks, including disease prediction, risk assessment, and personalized treatment recommendation. Machine learning techniques offer a promising avenue for diabetes prediction by analyzing patient data to identify potential risk factors. Its potential Okay, moving to next slide. This is problem statement. Addressing the challenge of data imbalance, feature selection, and dimensionality reduction is crucial for improving model applicability and integration into clinical practice in healthcare. Data imbalance in medical research is critical for ensuring accurate diagnosis, precision treatment, and efficient decision making. Data imbalance in medical research is critical for ensuring accurate diagnosis, precision treatment, and efficient decision making. Data imbalance in medical research is critical for ensuring accurate diagnosis, precision treatment, and efficient decision making. Data imbalance in medical research is critical for ensuring accurate diagnosis, precision treatment, and efficient decision making.
You're not audible. I request you all to have a good internet connectivity. You're not audible. Hello. Like hello. Hello. Am I audible to you? I guess Janvi Desai was presenting. Raji ma'am, am I? You're able to hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm hearing.
I guess we have lost the connection with Janvi Desai. Are you there?
Sir, can
Hello.
I present them?
Who's next?
Sir, previous one, Dhara Desai.
Yes, please go ahead now. But
Okay,
now
sir.
please wind up a bit earlier because we have lots of things pending. Go
Yes,
to
sir.
the
Yes,
part
sir.
where you are speaking quickly. Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. So image in painting. This is the exam. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is. It is. It is visible. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the example of image in painting. The object has been removed here. The elephant has been removed from the picture, and as we can see in the next image, it is not visible to a normal human eye that the object has already been removed. Okay, so image in painting can be divided into these various types based on the technique they use, based on whether it is structural, automatic, semi-automatic, hybrid. You can categorize it based on sparse representation also. So this is the literature review. I'll start from the first one. This is the first paper which was published in painting detection. Why in painting detection is necessary? So there is very few work done for removal in detection of image in painting. First one started in detection of digital doctoring in exemplar-based in-painting images. That was done using fuzzy membership function and zero connectivity. Here, the process was manual and it took a lot of time and it was a tedious process. Second one was a forgery detection algorithm for exemplar-based in-painting using multi-region relation. It used zero connectivity and vector filtering. Next paper, they considered luminance component. And the advantage here was they were also able to detect copy move forgery in according with image in-painting forgery also. Also, but the disadvantage was it was not working for post-processing operations. Next was blind in-painting detection. Again, it was for exemplar-based in-painting, and the use of patch making was done using KD3 algorithm. Then Ansible learning and was used, and the features from DCT domain was selected. Here, blind in-painting was used. Next was, there are only single paper for sparsity-based and diffusion-based in-painting. The reason is because sparsity-based, though this in-painting covers large objects, but the process is tedious and it sometimes it results in blur image. Also, diffusion-based in painting, it only covers small regions like crack. So the papers are rare here. Next, in recent years, as we can see from the table, it is able to detect mostly all the types of in painting here. And we can see from the table that deep learning is mostly used these days, and various new methods are emerging. The only disadvantage is here. Here we can say that I will conclude that more work was done in exemplar based in painting detection, because it is able to in-paint object of large size. In diffusion, as I told, only small size objects are filled. So sparsity-based in-painting overcome the disadvantage, but it still lacks in the case of JPG compression. And in deep learning, what we need to enhance these days is there is a need to develop accurate method which can detect more than one forgery. We have seen one paper which is also detecting a copy move forgery in accordance with image in painting, but still there are other types of forgeries that can be overcome. Also, the image in painting detection is not independent of image format. Also, it should work under post-processing operations like rotation, noise, blurring, scaling. And also, only one paper is able to detect the region of in-painted area. So that can be also used as a future enhancement. So these are the references which I used right now. Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, from crowd or from the gathering, if anybody wants to raise any question. Ma'am, your opinion on this, please.
So what exactly will be the future study from taking from here? That is one question. And the other one I have is how will you figure more use cases other than forgery part in this? What is your plan moving forward from here?
Okay. So right now, I am only working on exemplar based in painting. But as I studied, again, as I told you that based on deep learning, there are more models which are covering all other types of forgeries as well. So I'm going to work on detecting all the types of forgeries. So I will be working on which technique I'm going to use right now. So we are working on that future proposed flow. And after that, one more thing is, as I told you, region detection. So region detection is also important, but that is not done till now. So I'm also looking forward to it.
Very good.
And yes, only copy move forgery means in painting detection is not important. You can also detect copy move forgery, image splicing, that is cut paste forgery also.
So
Because these all are something
already experimented, and you are planning for the next level on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The diabetes thing is coming back, is it? From Jahnavi Desai, or who is next?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm ready. Can I start my screen? Okay, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And last at problem statement. So addressing the challenge of data imbalance, feature selection, and dimensionality reduction is crucial for improving model interpretability and integration into clinical practice in healthcare settings. And the data imbalance within medical data sets often leads to biased model prediction, compromising the accuracy and reliability of clinical decision making. Effective feature selection techniques are needed to identify and prioritize relevant clinical variables while reducing noise and redundancy in the data. Similarly, dimensionality reduction methods can help streamline the model and enhance its performance by focusing on the most informative features. However, the ultimate goal is to develop interpretable models that healthcare practitioners can comprehend and trust. Moving towards literature review. So, I have done a literature review of almost 20 papers, and we have considered the parameters for comparative analysis of literature on the basis of different parameters like techniques used, precision, recall, F1 score, and accuracy. The listed paper number 2, the title is Diabetes Detection Models in Mexican Patients by Combining Machine Learning Algorithms and Feature Selection Techniques for Clinical and Paraclinical attributes, a comparative evaluation. They have used SVM, random forest, KNN, gradient boosting, extra trees, and naive Bayes, and they have get 96% of accuracy using random forest. Second one is the authors have used techniques like logistic regressions, neural networks, decision trees, logistic regression, AdaBoost classifiers, and the listed paper number 8, the title is the utilization of machine learning algorithms for assisting physicians in the diagnosis of diabetes, and they have used their real-time data, the survey data, and they get accuracy 94.12% using again random forest. Moving towards the papers are first paper, the listed paper number 11 is the title is voting classification based diabetes mellitus prediction using hypertuned machine learning techniques. They have get 81.5% of accuracy. Now the second one is paper listed paper 13. The title is Diabetes Classification using Machine Learning Techniques. They have get 97.5% of accuracy among decision tree, random forest, support vector machine, and KNN. They have get most relevant accuracy using random forest. Next one is the weighted KNN. The title listed paper number 18. Titled is Machine Learning Methods for Diabetes Prevalence Classification in Saudi Arabia. Again, this is real-time data. The survey data set. They have used LD, SVM, KNN, and neural network. They get 94.5% using weighted KNN. And I'm concluding the machine learning algorithms play an important role for early diagnosis of diabetes. In this paper, various supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithms are analyzed to achieve better accuracy by considering precision, recall, F1 score, and accuracy. It has been observed by many researchers that by applying deep learning, data fusion, and hybrid models like ensemble techniques, better results can be achieved. Also, using real-time data machine learning models can be analyzed for based outputs. And here are some references. Okay. Any questions, ma'am?
From the audience, any questions from the audience?
So, like, what is the best data imbalance method according to you, based on your research?
Sorry?
What is the better data imbalance method according to you, based on your research paper?
Uh, as uh, as I show the 20 papers and I go through 20 papers, I have seen that random forest is getting best accuracy for the particular diabetes prediction question.
But I'm asking about data imbalance methods like SMOT.
Yeah, we random forest with smooth is getting accuracy, but without smooth, random forest give the best accuracy for diabetes prediction.
Okay.
So this paper is basically a literature review. an overview of literature review and coming to some basic conclusions from the literature study, right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So from here, how are you going to take it? What is your plan from here?
Okay, I'm going to plan, first of all, I would like to collect the real-time data from hospitals, and I want to go through the data pre-processing and all, and finalize. I want to prepare one model that give the prediction of diabetes, that some users may enter their attributes like BMI and the pressure level and blood glucose level, and they get accuracy their own data.
Any particular technique that you have in mind to for your model?
Okay, I'm going to implement the feature engineering. In feature engineering, they have gone through all the attributes, and they have collected the main attributes that can be usable for forecasting for prediction the diabetes, and they have categorized that attributes, that data, and they have used only those attributes which are feasible for diabetes prediction.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello. So, ma'am, now we can go ahead and call the next presenter, Saroj Junghare, from Threats to Solution. You're able to listen to me? Yes,
Yes.
Saroj is here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can share your screen quickly.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, session chair and organizers. Myself, Saroj Jungare. I am a research scholar in Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya. It is in Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh.
Ma'am, आप अपना जो presentation है, can you put it into full screen mode? Presentation mode?
I am already in present. Let me see, sir. I am already in presentation mode, sir.
No, it is because on my side it is not reflecting.
Let me check. Is it now visible in presentation mode?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead. It's okay. It is not, but you can go ahead.
My slides are changing. If I am not visible in presentation mode, then also.
As long as slides are changing, we are comfortable.
Yeah. Just
So I'm
try
just
changing
confirming.
slide, no?
I'm just
Just
confirming,
try
ma'am,
changing
whether
slide.
my slides are changing.
Yeah.
Can you just change the slide and check? Slide change करके देखिए हो रहा है क्या change?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes.
the next one.
It is
yeah.
happening. It is happening.
Good, good.
Go ahead,
good.
please.
Is it changing, sir?
Yes, it is changing. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So I am Saroj Junghare. I am research scholar in Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya. It is in Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. The title of my paper is From Threats to Solution. It is a literature review based on more than 20 paper, and it discusses the security issues which are present in e-learning platform. So we all know that the e-learning came into a picture when COVID-19 struck in India and all over the world. So e-learning is providing flexible and affordable solution education to all, and we are all moving towards lots and lots of applications or e-learning platforms which provide affordable and flexible learning to all the students who are needing the higher education or any education in any field. So this lead to a problem which says that if we are having a solution for any problem, we have a problem which is behind that solution. So the problem is we are sharing a lot of data, our personal data and lot other data, and these data are available to attack. So my problem is, if I am having a e-learning platform, then what can be a solution to the problem those who are not taken into considerations. So if I am using any learning platform, so for example we can use Google Meet, or we can use Teams, Microsoft Teams also, or when the COVID-19 was emerging in India, everybody used to use Zoom platform, and we all know that those platforms are encountering lots of problems, security issues. So the main security issues are, if we have a problem, then the brute force problem, or session hijacking, or we can say Zoom bombing, or MAC spying, or cross-site request forgery. These are the problems which are being faced by the students or being faced by the learners who all enroll on these e-learning platforms. So the research papers which I have studied for these problems refer that the problems have solutions, and what are the solutions provided by those. For example, if I am using any e-learning platform, the problem can be SQL injection, cross-site scripting, inclusion of stacks or access control attacks, or denial of service can also be a problem. So there are security measures needed to unavoid or to prevent the loss of users' valuable data from the security vulnerabilities. So I have studied 20 papers. I won't be listing those 20 papers here. Uh, uh, I'm just giving the overview what those papers are talking about. So if we are having a problem, the solution is, if we have a various problems, security risks exist, and authors have presented the blockchain-based technology model for data management, which solves the authentication problem. So we all know that CIA triad, that is confidentiality, integrity, and availability triad, which is useful for giving the idea what are the problems which we can face in the field of information security. So the paper also have suggested countermeasures for above mentioned security issues. The countermeasures are cryptography and DRM, and authentication using biometric can also be used, and distributed firewalls and digital watermarking can also be used to resolve these security issues. So I am listing all the problems here, and the prevention and detection and responses of those uh, e-learning platform issues. What my paper is doing is, I am comparing the solutions which the papers are providing and giving the best solution which can be implemented for the e-learning platforms. So one of the and my research paper focused on blog mining and technical literature review survey, based on which I have prepared this paper, and it gives the overview of all the security risks which are faced by the e-learning platforms. So at the end, I would like to propose my solution based on the blockchain technology, because blockchain technology is centralized and decentralized, and it is immutable in nature. So blockchain offers enhanced security measures to protect sensitive data, and enhanced data integrity is provided by blockchain, which ensures data integrity by utilizing cryptographic algorithms to create a digital signature for each transaction. By doing this, we are ensuring that the data cannot be tampered with or modified without any detection. And with the error proof mechanism, which is the property of blockchain technology, it strengthens the security of information, and blockchain technology decentralizes the data storage, which and it is transparent and immutable transactions, and smart contracts help maintain the information security. And one of the features which I am using of the blockchain technology is ZKP, that is zero knowledge proof, which is enhancing the privacy, and secured identity verification is done, and efficient auditing is done with the help of ZKP. And blockchain systems can maintain data integrity and security while preserving user privacy.
Please wind up now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I am concluding that e-learning is now integral part of higher education institutions after the COVID-19, and every institution is focusing on engaging its students through online learning platform or LMS. This literature review provides a comprehensive analysis of security issues in e-learning platform and examining both theoretical and practical implementations. These are the some references which I have used in literatures which I have used from these papers. So thank you, and I'm open for the questions.
Any questions? Any questions if anybody has? Ma'am, your opinion on this presentation?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On the data that you say that is subject to all these attacks, can you qualify that data? Is it the grades are getting, what type of data gets into problems?
Ma'am, I am not using any machine learning algorithm for grading the data, whether it is higher risk or lower risk. It is the overall risk which can be encountered in e-learning platform.
But very popular MOOCs, massively open learning systems like Coursera, edX, and all, they have their own learning management systems.
Yes, yes,
universities and schools have. Why is it that we are worried about Zoom and such open Google Meet? Those are only mostly for chatting purposes, right? Or interactions.
Yes. The problem is the Coursera or the solution or the applications which we are talking here is they have a lot of money involved, and if the institution go for contribution from those institutions or those website applications, they are getting charged a lot. So if we are having an open source learning platform, the institutions will not be charged that much. That's why I am focusing only on open source learning platform.
Have you tried Moodle? I remember.
Yes,
Moodle.
yes, ma'am. I am currently working on Moodle because it is more feasible to work with, popular and more feasible to work with, and we can have lots and lots of features which they are improving and giving the security features also.
Yeah, I understand the proprietary platforms are very advanced and they are extremely secure.
Yes.
But you have to pay for those. That's a different story. But
yes,
Moodle has evolved quite a lot. Like that, what other open source platforms did you investigate?
Ma'am, I am trying to implement, or I can say that I am trying to develop one open source e-learning platform which can be secure, but it won't charge, or we can give it freely to the higher education institutions so that all others are able to use that without facing any security issues.
So you are working on the security aspects of the system.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So this will turn out to be a security system implementation on learning management. So typically, even though it's a learning management, it's like a bank. You need an IT group or somebody to take care of the security right? I mean,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I just wanted to first I would need to develop that algorithm which will make the security problem, or we will be able to solve the security issues. Then we will contact to the. I am trying to implement with the cryptographic algorithm in Python. So I have implemented with the blowfish algorithm in ZKP. So the security, or we can say the algorithm, is giving me 94% accuracy, but I need to test that.
I see. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, let's go ahead quickly, running short of time. Next presenter, IoT powered smart agricultural system. You can stop sharing, ma'am, so that others can share quickly. Yeah. Shubham Gaikwad, please go ahead and keep your cameras on.
Yes, sir. I can see.
Yeah, you are visible, and
Can,
but your
uh,
this whose screen now?
my presentation is visible.
Yes, it is. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Sir, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Shubham Gaikwad, a research scholar of Deodil University, and currently working as a product engineer.
Okay.
So my paper paper title is IoT powered smart agriculture system. So we introduce my topic first. The major source of income in India, agriculture sector only. The 70% of people
Sorry to
earn
interrupt. Where are you
100
working? Where are you working?
API, auto control process instrumentation,
Where it is?
Mumbai.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So introduce first the major Indian major source of income from agriculture sector only, and 70% of farmers and general people will depend upon the agriculture sector. So India's most system are depends manually. So we overcome this system with automated techniques. So convergence of cultivation age technology has been empowered with paradigm shift of agriculture. So this paper illuminates the transformative potential integrating soil moisture DST11 sensor, four sensors are there. Soil moisture sensor, DST11 sensor, BMP180 sensor, which is a barometric pressure and altitude sensor, and MQ135 is air quality sensor, along with the microprocessor which can be used for which is used ESP8266 microcontroller, and we have used the gateway, which is ThinkSpeed platform, and this is the ESP8266 system, the various sensor ensuring the smooth connectivity and data interchange with ThinkSpeed, which is a gateway. An IoT platform is data presenting and analysis the real time point. Just a second. My problem statement is need for innovative solution that optimize resource utilization, enhancing the productivity and minimize the environmental impact. Second is the need of IoT smart agriculture systems that provides the real-time monitoring and data-driven inside the farmers. And third is the integrating data from various sensors developed across the farms of the system should offer farmers accessing insight into the current state of crops and environmental conditions. So those are the problem statements we overcome with our paper. There are before proceeding to the project, there are the some literature review. So before proceeding to my project, the first is the Mohit and Mushad. According to this literature review, is essential. So first point we have seen the optimizing resource uses and enhancing productivity, agriculture. So once we go for the agriculture, so essential is using for limited resource, and we are using the resource enhancing the productivity. So what do you mean by optimizing resource? So Yes, sir. Optimizing, what do you mean by the optimization resource? So with different resources like water resource, the fertility management, along with the seed management, at the time necessary the time to utilize the growing the need of agriculture demand. So it also impact the ones omit of obviously the productivity increase in terms of GDP. So this is the first author's literature. Then third and fourth, Mohanraj and Pratibha, according to the this. So it can be easily seen that using the proper resource, announcing the productivity will increase the problem. So if we apply the large content, so that is a different agriculture context, like a floriculture, horticulture for the cultivation platform. Then different agriculture context, IoT plays important role. So different agriculture plant field require the different environmental conditions as well as the pressure conditions. Some plants require the soil moisture condition. So I am integrating those different sensor with our uh, our uh, our uh, our project and monitoring regularly. Real time monitoring also happen. So then improve the efficiency as well as the yield of plants. So the third literature is a highlighting the positive impact of IoT adoption in agriculture productivity that also overcome with this. Okay, so basically this is a block diagram. You see that the soil moisture sensor DST11, BMC 180 and MQ135, these are four sensor and ESP8266 is a microcontroller. So and this is the relay and motors. The gateway we have used the gateway things with gateway, and we have used some laptop or mobile. So it's a primary sensor as a primary element. So soil moisture DST11, BMP 180 and MP 135. Basically, soil moisture sensor is a device which qualifying the volume of water in the soil. The sensor determines the volume of water without eliminating the moisture by using the additional source soil factor, such as the electric resistance or conductivity. And the DST sensor is a temperature and humidity for the auto phase are measured using the DST180 double one sensor. In that, even farming is also done the closed environment separate from the right built managed temperature. This sensor which monitor the temperature as well as the humidity of crop fields. In case we have used the three pins of these IC. First pin is the transmitter, second is the receiver, and third is the data transfer. So third MQ135 sensor is a factor of determine the crop development is air quality is a very important. Without air quality, plant is sometimes dead, sometimes crop is not done very well. So 135 used for the air quality, which measure the sensor of air quality. The permanently use the pin. We have used the pin of MQ135, the VCC, ground and analog output terminal. And third is BMP 180 sensor. Basically, is a barometric pressure sensor measuring the height and air pressure with barometric pressure sensor is possible. In this, use the short-term weather prediction. So it is a basically used for the weather prediction. BMP 180. So those information sent to the ESP
Please conclude.
8266 is for
Please conclude.
sorry.
Please conclude. 1 minute left.
Yeah. So ESP one 8266 is a with Wi-Fi coupled with the microcontroller. Those information set to the cloud with respect to gateway, and we have to real-time monitoring as will happen. So I will explain already working system. Those are the results. You see that those are the serial monitoring results, temperature, humidity, altitude, as well as the gas level in percentage, altitude, pressure. So these are the real time as well as real time monitoring. There is a graph, such graph, and such a analog display also there. So this is the basically outputs of your system, and we have compared our system with other system. So sensor integration, we have used the four sensor, and other other literatures we have used the three sensors only. Especially for processors, we have used the ESP8266 with additional capability of Wi-Fi, but other is not used. We basically use the Arduino. So we have advantage from Wi-Fi. Data collection is cloud integration, is real-time logging through the ThinkSpeak gateway, and this is used for unavailable. So uh, our methodology is based for the others. We have explained it. So we have concluded the precision farming. Precision farming and the air quality of monitoring they made the possible by combining the soil, combine the soil of moisture, DST11, BMP 180, sensor and ThinkSpeak. We form the core of smart agriculture system. Farmers now access the real-time information of soil moisture, temperature, humidity, vehicle altitude, the atmospheric pressure. Thanks this combination. So by using the comprehensive strategy, farmers may monitor the crop health, identify the environmental conditions, optimize the irrigation systems, make well the informed decisions, and promote the sustainable agriculture practice. The product productivity also has been increasing, and the crop yield also increases. Those are the references we can use for our projects. Thank you.
Ma'am, your comments on this?
Anyone, you have Arushi, you have questions for him?
No, ma'am. I'm actually ready for the next presentation.
Yeah, so maybe, ma'am, I can ask one question.
Okay.
I can ask one question.
Very good.
Have you proposed this model anywhere, or have you suggested this model to any farmer or wherever you are hoping to propose this?
Actually, one second.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Repeat.
Have you presented this model to any farmer or any person who's maybe interested into your model?
Not yet, sir. Actually,
okay.
We have present one farmer, but in Maharashtra only, Satara side.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, your comment on this quickly so that we can go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, an IoT system for smart agriculture and lot of help for the farmers. Another common thing that I can see is there are, while you are protecting the crop, there will also be thefts, like in the farm, actual farming area, there could be thefts. And how are you going to detect and use the same system to detect these kind of thefts? Basically, it's the safety monitoring system.
Hi, pen hai? Plus sketch pen and
How do you rescue the farmers from thefts?
Presenter has left, so we can go ahead with the next.
Hello, ma'am.
You're there, Bhavesh?
I think Shubham has left. I'm his colleague. So in that case, ESP has the feature of real-time monitoring through camera-based module. So this theft detection could be easily applied through the ESP cam module, and that will be that also we have tried. So it is not integrated in this, but in future aspect, we are going to introduce.
You can integrate it with the police, local police, or somebody. I mean, or the farmers themselves can be alerted that there is theft in that particular farm. So that will be a useful thing, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Surely, this will be. I will note down this. Thank you.
Even emergency services, you can suppose there is overflow of water or under whatever problems that can happen other than crop.
Yes. Yes, madam. Yes, madam. We will note on this.
Yes, next presenter, Arushi Singh, please share your screen fast.
So can I lift, sir?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, thank you.
Is it like is it you can see my screen?
No. Your screen is not visible. Please share your screen.
So just a second, sir. I think it's now.
No, I can't see. Ma'am, can you confirm if it is visible on your side? At least I can't see her
I'm
screen.
able to see Arushi, nothing else.
But not the screen, yeah.
Presentation, yeah.
Can you stop sharing and again do it, because we are running short of time. Please make it very quick. Stop sharing and again share.
My side actually.
Yeah, I am stuck on the screen. I don't know why I am that too sitting with a pencil there in the middle of the screen. So do you want me to close or I don't know?
Now is it?
Now
is it visible?
No.
No. Shall I off the camera and then maybe it will help?
Your camera will not have any effect on
from
her.
My end, it is because from my end it is.
No, see
like
the point.
the
Listen to me.
has come.
Now listen to me 1 second. The point is you're facing a low internet connection. That is why maybe the problem is. Maybe you can present it later on. Let's go ahead for the next presenter, Priyanka and Sapna Jain. Are you there? Please share your screen.
Can I mail it to you?
No, don't mail it to me. I'll give you that time again. Okay, you try fixing the problem because I'm handling other things here. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, next presenter, Priyanka and Sapna Jain. Are you there? Are you there? Okay. Since there is no response, we'll go to the next presenter. Ruban S. Jabir Ram Shenoy.
Yes, sir.
You're the last presenter. On which topic you're presenting?
Leveraging deep learning for
So please share your screen. Share your screen quickly. You can maybe close the camera if you want, since you're having less bandwidth. So now share the screen quickly.
Is my screen? You can see my screen, sir.
No, your screen is not visible. Presentation open karo na. Presentation open karo. Stop sharing and open the presentation. Yes. Now share the screen.
Perfect. Okay.
Now share the screen. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Can you see?
Yes, go ahead. Quickly, go ahead.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Shalya Enni from St. Aloysius Institute. I will be presenting on my paper, Leveraging Deep Learning for Detection of Breast Cancer, a multi-algorithm investigation. So moving on to the introduction. So we have all here we have a in our paper we have a breast cancer overview and mammogram limitations. What are the tools that we'll be using for the deep learning rules, and then proposed approach and the significance. So moving on to the breast cancer. So we all know that breast cancer is a disease which is abnormal breast cells that is grown on the breast out of control and the tumors. So because due to in order to detect this, we have a mammogram which is going to detect the early signs of the breast cancer. So since there is a limitation in the breast cancer, we have developed a deep learning model that is with the help of two algorithms called VGG and SSD algorithm in order to improve that mammogram analysis. So uh, and the proposed approach of this will help the radiologist in diagnosing the breast cancer and also the mammogram analysis to improve the mammogram analysis. The significance of this is the accuracy will be improved and also the it will reduce the false result of the mammogram. So then we have moving on, we have a problem statement. Problem statement is that we already, this breast cancer, since it is a major global health concern, we need some early detection, detection for the effective treatment. So we already have a primary screening method that is a mammogram, but since the mammogram is having some limitations, which include some missing tumors in the false results, and also because of this, we have implemented a deep learning model using the algorithm VGG and SSD. So the limitation of this is this mammogram, they are not 100% accurate in showing women is having a breast cancer or not. So in order to sometimes they find the things that is not to be a cancer, or sometimes it will miss some cancer symptoms. So in order to come across this issue, we have this model which has been built using the deep learning algorithm. So we have referred nearly around 10 papers. Among those 10 papers, I have put top 3 papers here. So from the first paper, we have gone through how we can use the deep learning to detect the breast cancer disease. And also we can how we can improve the accuracy, and also how we can reduce the false results of the mammogram. So and in the second paper, we have used a neural network in order to identify the breast cancer disease. And also the same approach, whatever we have seen in the first paper, is also been focused here. And in the third paper, we have used some of the techniques which is of the deep learning techniques has been seen in this paper. So what type of technique can be used and all that is being seen in this paper. And then we have methodology. So methodology, we have first thing is the data source. So the data that we have is being collected from the Father Muller Medical College Hospital from Mangalore. So this is a real-time data set that we collected, and this has 80 images. So the data set is having 80 images, which includes all the mammographic scans of a patient. 80 patients mammography scan has been taken. Whoever visited a radiography diagnostics. So next is the data pre-processing. So in the data pre-processing, we have the images which are which images are in the data set is being labeled and annotated using the label IMG tool. So this label IMG tool is an open source graphical image annotation tool which is used to convert it into a label data. So then we have techniques, deep learning techniques to detect the cancer cell. So there are two techniques that we use. One is a VGG and one is a MobileNet SSD. So the first diagram is about a VGG, which is called as a visual geometric group. So this is well known for simplicity and depth. So here this it is well known for simplicity, depth, and the depth based on the performance on the picture recognition task. So they are of two forms. We have VGG16 and VGG19, which is nothing but which is having 16 and 19 convolutional layers. So having the 16 and 19 convolutional layers make that VGG better or deeper when
I
compared
guess
to the
this is not changing. The slide is not changing. You're onto methodology right now, or you're gone ahead?
method. It is there in methodology.
Okay. So please last 2 to 3 minutes, wind up early. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have so this is about the VGG, and then next we have the second method, that is a Mobinet. So the second picture is architecture of the Mobinet SST. Mobinet SST is single shot multi-box detector. So it is you're going to detect in one step. You're going to detect the object here. So here during the prediction time, the network will compute on the scores for the presence, which is where the item is in each item that is present in the all the default boxes in order to make the object to a better shape. So next we have our results and the discussions. So in this, the deep learning method will work only for the it will work for more data. Since we have a limited data here, we got the VGG accuracy around 67%. So we went to the another method, that is SSD, so where we got around 60 to 70%. So this was 60 to 70% was in VGG, and here we got around more than 75% as a accuracy. So this was for 400 training epochs. So this is about the result. And then we have a conclusion. That is the conclusion is that the main goal was to detect the breast cancer and identify the disease cells in the mammography images. And the concept that we used here is a lightweight Mobinet architecture for detecting it. And then this would help the diagnostic radio diagnostic for predicting the better accuracy, and also detecting the breast cancer in an accurate way. And then we have the future enhancement. So the future enhancement, first thing is the main thing that we are focusing on the future is that integrating the clinical data. So more data sets is being collected in the future, so that to increase the accuracy. This is the first main thing. And refinement of the models is that some new algorithms also can be introduced, or some technology can be introduced to increase the accuracy. And also the third one is a large-scale validation studies, that is the collaboration with the medical institution to get good data. And also the fourth one is exploration of the new technologies, such as augmented reality, which will help in the improvised visualization and analysis. So these are the references. Top 5 references has been taken. Thank you.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, please ask. Madam, your comments so that we can go to the next.
So the medical college involvement is continuing for your study. Are you implementing there, or
It's been already experimented on that college, Father Muller College.
So you have been experimenting. So the radiologist feels comfortable. Radiologists are feeling comfortable with this tool.
Yeah, they are comfortable.
Interesting. And only for mammogram images, right? For now.
Yeah, it's only the mammogram images.
So not for other related image detection.
No, it's only for mammogram.
Very good, very good. Excellent. Actually, it's such a good endeavor. But point is, you should have more spread this out more in more medical facilities. Should be easily available to everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
So next is Priyanka and Sapna Jain. Are you
Arushi,
there?
right? Arushi and Priyanka, I think.
No, ma'am. Arushi Singh is different presentation. Priyanka and Sapna Jain are different presentation.
What? Both haven't got a chance to do their presentations, right?
No, they had gotten chance, but they weren't present. I mean, they weren't prepared.
Ah,
Their connectivity was bad actually.
exactly. Connectivity.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's. I have not received her mail though.
Priyanka was not available at that time. So,
Even Priyanka did not say anything. Okay. So Arushi, are you there? Arushi?
Arushi seems to be there.
But she's not responding. Arushi Singh? We go. Wait.
Oh, now she's coming.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Hello.
Ah,
Are you
yeah.
there, Arushi Singh? Yes, yes. Your presentation is visible now.
I'm there. Acha,
Yeah.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Your screen is visible. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I am named Arshi. I am from Mass Communication and Journalism Department. I'm at the University. So my topic is very different from the speakers that I'm listening to. It's a social topic. It's basically spiritual exploration among Indian youths. So, like, I'm the author of my co-author, like my guide. She's Dr. Jolly Jones, and like she was not for some reason, so I'm actually presenting it. So, the introduction, like, okay, that topic, why is like I choose spirituality. So, I'm making it. I'm a research scholar. PhD is also going on spirituality. It's the fourth study in India which is happening. Basically, people have written papers, everything on the religion mode. So I talk related with the spirituality. This is I'm speak from the age of 18 years. So I've chosen this topic as one of my so why this topic and I because I wanted to connect into digital medium. So that's why I collected. So that's why I chose podcast. So why podcast is like basically information that we talk about. And spirituality, on the other hand, is basically basically the connection that we have, whole connection with the spiritual one. So the one thing that make the audience very clear the difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is what we do outside, the belief system, the rituals that we do. Spirituality, on the other hand, is what we are practicing inside. Who we are. So the main one of the main topics that among Indian, how podcast is actually helping. Is it not helping spiritual expression among Indian youth? So like podcast now we see more of the youth is like a lot of like the social media like website. So one such thing which is like which is actually seen in the increase of percentage of the podcast. So podcast is basically taken as the digital era, but versatility of podcast is like from the traditional in media communication when we talk about the video was the first medium to communicate messages. But when you scenario of it, the podcast plays a major important role. And nowadays, when we see after COVID, also since the pandemic among the students, students are actually listening to there is a research study also shown. Is like the inclination of the youth is 41% after COVID, and they actually start listening to where there is Kumari Shivani. So there are spiritual specific podcasts also made. So the problem is basically what you see here is starting in the expectation of podcast quality. So there is a gap and understand how new college students consume and to podcast. Basically, the main questions that were there in my mind while I was preparing this problem statement was why do Indian students choose to listen to podcast
about spirituality. Which spirituality podcasts appeal to college students in India? What different exists in listening habits between demographic variables? Like when I was actually interviewing with the students, a 16-year or a 17-year-old had different approach to listen towards these spirituality as compared to a student who was 18 female. It was gender which I really also very important advantages and disadvantages Indian students from but they have certain perceived perceptions in their mind why they are actually like, they are listening to, they have something in their mind, that is why they go to that particular section, or like they're going for the like not about disadvantages and the advantages and disadvantages. And I guess last thing which I wanted to know, what impact of spirituality podcast about Indian college students spiritual practices and beliefs. So what kind of are they following practices and beliefs? For this, they actually my question was so like ask the people are listening. Tell me part of easy to podcast. They can listen to everywhere. The number one podcast that they listen to is Sri Ravi Shankar. The second one was like basically from Gopal Das. There are different variables which were coming. So the problem, the review, since I'm actually my first and my main proposal has also been submitted to Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs. So the literature was done of 48 studies. 48 studies by at the end of the day, 12 studies were more closely because the remaining studies were actually religion. Religion, since it was not part of my study, so I excluded them and included the basically on spirituality. So see, this one basically was from Europe. We spoke about socioeconomic setting and mental health in Indian university students. He was the person actually who wrote the paper, and he basically the social status and positive correlation between spirituality and mental health, gender, religion, and family income influencing spirituality scores. Then there were connections between spiritual practices and well-being among college students. And there were longitudinal studies on spiritual goals and these were actually I have actually quoted the because they were to the students individually, they were catered to. These were and book youth the so it was author spirituality, it's majorly differences. So this where the papers and the papers and the books that I review. And I'm repeating again, the religions factor, I have actually kept it separate. And research methodology, I was called as a speaker at Indian Youth Parliament, which was held in Jaipur. So I took advantage of this particular thing and I interviewed, I could actually, did a survey there with 200 students. And there were students from 23 states across the India. And it was like, you can see the diverse representation from 23 states. Questions were there. It was a closed and the open-ended questions even. And then the basic thing that was like, I started with my question like, what do you understand spirituality? My first question was like after their age, demographic, and everything. And I asked them which of the podcasts they try to, which it was a general question. I want to know if students they between which this was taken at and my representation was, it was so I did my survey was that I actually quoted and they basically do analysis and study. So there were certain themes which were like mindfulness, so after the survey which was done and after doing focus groups, talking to the students, I got to know there are certain things which we are again again and again.
Please wind up now. Am I audible to you? Hello? Hello?
80%. Hello?
Yeah, please wind up now.
Hello?
Yeah. Please conclude. Please conclude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll.
Yeah.
And the students were hiding. And there was the 18 to 20 years to 4 analysis which was done. You know, and this conclusion will actually stated 70% and it did. 20% factors have positive impact. Actuality, 40% mutual 30% actually through mindfulness. My the like certain my conclusion was that when Gopal part of these people, so that is only my main piece of spirituality and this part of but limitations could have been more taken analysis.
Raji ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Are you speaking?
No, I
Okay.
wasn't speaking. I was just.
Okay, okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Please conclude, Arushi.
Yeah, sir,
Yeah.
Yeah, questions.
Ma'am, no questions. You can maybe give your opinion and then finally we conclude.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, I don't know. It was very hard to hear. It was clipped. Although I love the topic and I know I read your paper, so I'm able to. But no, the connectivity issue. I don't know if Prashant could hear everything.
Actually, the topic is really good. I'm also very close to this topic,
Ah.
spiritual exploration. But the point is, ma'am, we have waited enough now. This is the second time we have waited for this.
Right.
And looking at the time now, we have already crossed the timing.
Exactly.
So maybe, ma'am, you can give your opinion. And since you have gone through her paper, you
Yeah.
are maybe aware about the topic and you can give opinion about this. And also you can sum it up the entire experience of this track too.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You can stop sharing, Arushi. You can stop sharing the screen. Yeah. And also stop camera. Yeah. Thank you.
I think qualifying these students are, I'm guessing by reading in the paper that it is the urban students that you are focused on. I mean, generally the demographic and the type of students you are exploring on this podcast, the people who are interested in spirituality is a wonderful thing. The topic is good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Except the qualification of the data can be more with the granularity. You can do that more. The slides, slides were hard to capture. Your talk was hard to capture, but I will. I understand what's going on here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I think
Yeah, ma'am.
overall everyone has.
Yeah, they presented nicely, all
Yeah,
of them.
everyone has done their best, that too in an online mode with different connectivity issues.
Yeah.
The way I tried to do was in each of these
From my opinion, this has to.
But I try to go a little more in detail how to assimilate these topics in 10 minutes. So that was a good thing. The technology, how the algorithm becomes a technology and how it can be masked, how it can be used by uh, in a more a popular way is left for the researcher to make it a technology and make it happen. So that's where the thing is. And the literature study, I think it can be a little more because it's very confined to write. Sometimes to write even one page, we may take, it's not the number of papers, but the the broadness, the both the depth and the breadth of the literature survey, literature review can be more. That's where you get your power to write.
Raji ma'am, I would just request you to announce the best paper.
Right away.
If do you need time for this?
Right among the people, is it? Can we talk separately on that?
Actually, towards the end, we need to announce it. Maybe you can take 5 minutes, ma'am, and
okay.
As per your scoring, you can just announce it.
Okay.
Yeah. What is your assessment saying? And I would request participants to be there in the meeting to get the news.
Okay. It's a hard debate, actually.
I know, ma'am, it is a difficult task to.
Yeah, it's difficult because on one hand, I call them children, but students have tried their best.
Hello. 9.
I think my vote goes for the first paper, first presented also. It's a topic which is very important for the country level also. So it's for the health of the traffic systems.
So is it transforming fleet telematics?
Yeah, several reasons for choosing that. Although the presentation, if I have to really grade only the presentation, that would have come a close second or third. But overall, I think they are gaining the my vote for that.
So, ma'am, should I confirm this Shlok Mangle, the first presenter transforming fleet telematics?
Yes, yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Congratulations, Shlok Mangle, Rujuta Joshi, and Prachi Satam for the winning of track 1, track 2 Best Paper Award. And in the in the WhatsApp group also the announcement will be made.
Time I have feedback.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please go ahead.
Paper.
Yes.
If this paper has to go further, it definitely needs editing for the literature review part, and there is editing and work to be done on the paper. But the topic, the way the literature review is where they have the literature study, that section needs to be edited thoroughly, and the otherwise their results, their analysis, the approach to research, they rank very well in this group. Although a lot of other people have done their part, everybody seems to have future, how to go, how to further the study and all that. So because I'm asked to judge, I'm doing this, but otherwise that's a separate issue. The presentation as it is, it was a hard thing for them because of connectivity, but once you take out that point and you wish that the paper is edited for literature study, this paper goes first for, for the reasons that it has a broader scope, broader impact and influence on the traffic system, especially in this is a problem throughout the world, and this is a very important progress they have made with both experiment, theoretical considerations, and all that. So, but if today, if this paper has to be sent somewhere, it requires more work. That's my assessment on that. More or less, all the papers require more literature study. That's how I look at it. And presentation workshops need to be conducted in the school so that the students can understand how to make slides readable and how well we use that time to convey the takeaway points. So I think the school can give more supporting environment to train students throughout their work to become better presenters, so that they take pride in the global stage, basically. That's how I look at it. But I understand where they come from, so I think this is a good starting effort. That's how I look at it. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Raji ma'am. I am Dr. Swapnali Lotlikar. I am also one member of the organizing committee, Raji ma'am. And thank you for your contribution, for your valuable feedback. So your contribution towards our conference and your views, whatever you have given along with this theme, we will surely implement, ma'am. And I'm sure that your viewers views also will be enhanced, and the understanding and knowledge of our audience also. So we are very grateful to you, ma'am. And I'm
opportunity to see the youngsters of today. At the same time, one more feedback, since you are the organizer, many things were happening very fast. It's a very short time, and suppose today, if I didn't devote 24 hours for this, I would not have been sitting here in the middle of in the midnight, basically. At the same time, taking as a privilege to be with the youngsters for talent growth, it's my dedication for that cause that I feel like being here. So the rubric that I have for you as a feedback is, in general, I made my own reasons why I am reading a paper, why I'm going through. The presentations could have also been made available, first of all, earlier. And then the criteria, research paper presentation criteria. Even that can be elaborated, which I elaborated, and what I'll try to do is I'll send some of my extra feedback to Neelam, and she will get it. But this is definitely a good starting point, and we can see progress definitely always. This is a cycle that goes on. Great.
Sure, ma'am. We will improve on it 100%. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajiv ma'am, for your
Your
support
time.
and patient listening to all the presenters. It's been a learning experience. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Neelam is also here, ma'am.
Thank you, Raji ma'am.
Thank
You
you.
accepted our invitation and at the odd time, USA.
That is what she's saying. She has actually.
Yes, that's what I said, patiently listening. It is difficult to
Yes.
listen
It
to
was
so many.
night, no? Night time.
Oh, thank you, Neelam. What were you saying?
She's asking, is it night time there, evening?
Oh, it's midnight. I'm sitting.
It's
Midnight.
midnight.
So you have to
Sorry,
update
and
all.
apologies for keeping you awake so long.
And
Thank you.
family is wondering, am I going crazy for something?
I know. That's a normal reaction, ma'am.
Now it
Thank
is
you, ma'am.
30. 1
But
o'clock.
ma'am, participants are very lucky, ma'am, that they got feedback from such an international speaker. Actually,
It's,
thank you, ma'am.
I like to give feedback. I think that's why I'm sitting here. So, and what I try to do is I'll correspond with Neelam on this, how to improve research paper presentation criteria.
Yes,
Similarly, your paper writing also, that criteria, you can go forward from here.
Yes.
That's how
Yes.
I think you have.
Definitely.
Time is important for everyone. So here I am here to thank you very much. The rubrics, do you want me to send?
Yeah, ma'am. Email me that Excel sheet of rubrics.
That's what,
Okay?
yeah.
So that will be for our reference record.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
also along with that, I'll send the way I looked at your.
Okay, your feedback is always welcome, ma'am.
Yeah.
Your feedback is required to improve this process of paper presentation, ma'am.
Yeah, there's a lot of scope for improvement.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Bye, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we request other
Participants to leave. We have already announced the prizes also.
So
Because
you already announced.
Yeah.
thank you very much, Prashant.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
you,
Thank you for
managed.
your time once again.
Prashant sir is BSc IT coordinator here, ma'am, in our department.
But still,
So
ma'am,
he's
learning
handling around
never stops.
students together. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. It the records.